Oh, the New York Liberty have just beaten the Chicago Sky. Obviously, I'm a little bit late to this video. I'm not at home and I'm not waking other people up at 3 a.m. to do a breakdown. So I'll do it at like 7 a.m. Eastern time around when people are getting up. Before we go on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are at 20.3K. Thank you guys so much. If we could hit 20.4K by the end of the day, that would be absolutely incredible. And obviously, I will be live for the Fever game later today. Was not live for the Sky game, but it was a really, really interesting game right there because we had, the streak continued. I'm going to talk a little more about that. I thought it was one of Angel Reese's worst games. I think it's probably the worst game she's played since the Fever game, since the third Fever game where she was unbelievable. And I think now it's like, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but I do have a from watching the games, whenever Angel Reese gets to 10 rebounds and 10 points early in a game, and she just focuses on basketball, she's unbelievable. She's one of the best fours in the league. But like if it's coming towards the end of a game and she's either short in the points or short in the rebounds, it does seem like she's trying to hunt for the streak. And I did think she was quite poor yesterday. But that being said, starting off the game, Kennedy Carter and Marina Mabrey. Marina Mabrey is like, what's the Gattuso meme does? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Like that's Marina Mabrey. That is Marina Mabrey. Like she will shoot. She just touches the ball, and the second the ball touches her hands, it's gone. It's gone. Sometimes she'll airball, sometimes she'll hit 3 in a row. She's the weirdest player to watch in the entire league. Kennedy Carter was like, she shot 10 of 21 from the field. She was really good. Kennedy Carter at this point is one of the best guards in this league. No question about that. Like Kennedy Carter is one of the best guards in the WNBA. I don't think anyone can say any different. If you're saying differently, I think you're just not necessarily watching Kennedy Carter play. Look, you can talk about the cheap shot. You can talk about all this other stuff. But Kennedy Carter has been unbelievable. She's unguardable. That quick first step is unguardable in this league. Kennedy Carter has been unbelievable. So I got to give credit where credit's due there for Kennedy Carter. She has been absolutely fantastic. Like, absolutely fantastic. I thought Cardoso was, like, box score watchers are going to show the plus minus and say Cardoso was a negative. They just lit them up. Like, if you watch that game, it didn't matter who was on the floor. When New York were hitting, they were hitting. And when they were missing, they were missing. It didn't matter what lineups were put in. Like, the shots that Sabrina was missing in the first half, she was shooting easier shots in the first half and the second half, and she didn't make her first field goal. She went 0 of 7 to start the game. But I thought Cardoso was pretty good. I thought Lindsay Allen down the stretch, she got aggressive, started attacking the basket. I thought she was pretty good as well. I thought that was probably one of Izzy Harrison's best games. I thought she was fantastic. Of their three bigs on the day, I would have said Harrison would have played the best. I thought Cardoso was probably next best. But again, like, look, throughout the season, Reese has been by far the best of their bigs. So I get it why in a close game, Teresa Weatherspoon keeps Reese in the game. Like, look, you've got to, like, even if in the game it's the wrong decision, you've still got to stick with what's been working for you all season, who your best players have been all season. So you've got to stick with that. So I completely get that. Like, I understand that. I understand why them changes were made. But on the side of the New York Liberty, Jonquel Jones was unbelievable on the defensive end. Anything that came near the basket, I'm trying to look for how many blocks she had. But like anytime they like got in, it was like Jonquel Jones just swatted them. Like, she only had 4, but they were the loudest 4 blocks I've seen in a while. Like, she had 4 blocks, no steals, 7 of 12 from the field, 18 points on 12 shots. She was 1 of 1 from 3 early on in the game. And Jonquel Jones, like, look, the Liberty are one of those teams where none of them are going to win MVP because there's 3 players that could win MVP on any given year. On this team, well, to be fair, not this year because of how AJ Wilson's playing, but there's 3 MVP level players on the team, and they're all kind of taken away from each other this season. Like, Breanna Stewart's not out here dropping 40 like she did last year in games consistently. Like, Breanna Stewart had 19 for 6 assists. Like, she had a decent enough game. She didn't shoot the ball well, but she played all right. And like, Sabrina Ionescu was a tale of 2 halves. She missed her first 7 shots and went 7 of 10. She was 4 of 7 from 3. And then there was a one where somebody fouled the screener, I think, and she pulled from 30 off from damn Caitlin range and hit the 3. Sabrina's such a weird one because it's like, whenever Sabrina shoots the ball, I'm like, there's no way that's going in. And it just always goes in. It's just something about her form, even her free throws, even though she's one of the best free throw shooters in the WNBA. Kayla Thornton was great. She was absolutely fantastic. Anytime it got like close, she would hit the shot. And I really, really like Fiebich as a player. I really like Fiebich. I think, look, she's tall. She's 6'4". The WNBA website still says that she plays for the Sparks. She has never played for Sparks. I assume that's where she was drafted, but she's never actually played for the Sparks. She's a rookie who's playing for the Liberty. But yeah, it is just a weird thing. The WNBA website is pathetically bad. It is pathetically bad. Like, none of the bios have been updated since 2022. And like, according to a lot, like, there are players that are playing in the league that still says they've never played in the league, and their players are on wrong teams. It's an absolute joke. But Fiebich is a 6'4", lights out shooter who plays not great defense, but plays a bit of defense. And Vandersloot's finally starting to look old. Like, since she's come back from the break, she has not been good this season. She's averaging 7, 2, and 5 assists. I get it. Again, Vandersloot averaged 9.9 assists per game. She didn't quite... I think if you round up, she averaged 10 assists per game, but you don't round. Either way, like, she's the best for assists per season, what she did in the bubble. But, like, look, what age is she now? She's 35 now. She's not looking good. Like, I know she's passing the ball quite well, but, like, so many of her assists are, like, her scared to take layups. She'll drive in, she'll kind of jump and throw it out to a shooter, and I'm like, you have 2 points. And I get it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's like, you have 2 points if you just finish the layup. Good to see Niara Sabally back playing for the Liberty. It's good to see her playing like a big that I obviously watched for the first time when she played in the European Championships here nearly a decade ago, and she dominated everybody. And like, that was a genuinely good group of players that played in that Euro B Championship. Like, that Germany team beat Ireland in the final, and that was like an Irish team with Claire Melia, who I've always said, if she wanted to when she was young, could have been a WNBA player without question. Had the ability. Dana Finn, obviously overplaying professional Australian football in Australia on that Irish team. And if you look at the English team, they had Holly Winterburn, who's another player who she really wants to do, is a WNBA level player. So, but Sabally was like, Niara was the absolute standout of that tournament. So it's good to see her back on the floor. And yeah, it is. And like, that was a Liberty team that won that game without Lainey Hamilton. But that game could have gone either way. That game really could have gone either way. It was close. Like, the Chicago Sky had a big lead early, and the Liberty just couldn't hit anything. And then once Liberty start firing, they're basically unstoppable. That is the only issue with the Liberty, is that they live and die at times by the three. They can live and die by the three. Like, Breanna Stewart will sometimes attack. Jonquel Jones sometimes will. But when they're clicking, it's when Sabrina's hot. It's when Breanna Stewart's hot. It's when Jonquel Jones is spreading the floor. When Fiebich is hitting shots. And by the way, Fiebich is, again, one of my... Fiebich and Vandersloot are like my two... Like, I know Fiebich is obviously only 24, she's way younger, and like Vandersloot's 31, but they're like my two... How are these players not in that next best rookie conversation? Like, obviously, Rakia Jackson's great, Cardoso's great, but for me, those two have to be in at least that conversation for third. They're not third, but they have to at least be in the conversation for it. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. That is a breakdown of the game. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.